Hi. Um, Splenic flexure syndrome and going to the bathroom. Um, Number two. If no one makes this, then no one makes this. If I don't make this, no one makes this. So, um, I'll tell you how I manage to. But first, I just want to say how how having this splenic flexure syndrome may differ from you. So I have a midline scar from it. So it's like my sternum to my pelvis. It's pretty big, and so it created through like tightened, and like if that's my side profile, it literally pushed in the adhesions and stuff, and I got the splenic flexure syndrome. So that's how I may differ from most people. Um, but I still have the same symptoms. I still have the same foods I can't eat and stuff. By the way, the foods for the splenic flexure syndrome are unlike any of the other GI disorders. You can follow the FODMAP, but the foods not allowed in the splenic flexure syndrome almost include every single food there is. Take a look at the list. It's pretty bad. So another way I differ from other people is, and actually, most people, is I'm on opiates. So I'm on low dose opiates, and I'm also on benzodiazepines too. So that does make it tougher. I use Restorelax. I use stool softener. I use, I said in another video, I use, multivitamin, papaya enzyme, probiotic, and the regular vitamins, just the necessary vitamins like D, B12, C, D3. Yeah. So I make this now because I had a horrible night's sleep. Sometimes I don't fall asleep because it's up into my splenic area, my left rib, so hard I can't breathe. And so I don't fall asleep for about 2 hours, sometimes longer. And one of the reasons why it got worse yesterday is because so I have a hard time sitting, and this gets worse when I sit, so I can't sit for long periods of time. The only time I sit down is for almost 2 hours for dinner to give myself rest. So I'm also hyperkinetic too, so I move back and forth, and I know that helps it. So it took me almost almost a decade to figure out how to go to the bathroom. How do I do it? And I have a lot of pain too, not from the splenic, but from other things. That's the reason I'm on opiates. So it became very difficult to know how to do it. So as long, I was keeping my stools soft with whatever, and taking low dose opiates. But I also take Buscopan and Dicetyl for the splenic flexure syndrome. Buscopan really helps, by the way. So I exercise twice a day. So the problem is, first of all, you have each side here. Here's your, let's say, your transverse colon kind of goes like this. It goes, to the ascending, it goes up into the spleen, and then it goes down the descending like that. And so when it goes to transverse, everything gets stuck right here. And it hurts, and it pushes. So I figured the only way, and it has worked very well, is I go for 2 walks a day. And if, the further you can walk, the better. And I can only walk so far without getting in a lot of pain. So at strategic times in the day, I go for a walk. I do exercise regimen in the morning, but that's just working out. But as far as a walk, at like 2 o'clock, I'll go outside for a walk. I'll walk for maybe half an hour or something like that, come back, it helps and it feels better when you walk. So what happens when you're walking, if you go at a good pace, which I kind of can't, so anyway, what happens is everything just keeps moving along, moving along, moving along. Otherwise, if you have, and so I do it at 2 and around 5:30, and then that's my last walk. That's it. I go to sleep, whatever. I wake up and I go to the bathroom, so it works. Also, with that, I make sure I drink just about 2 liters of water a day, pretty much no more. Unless I'm like really sweating or something, I won't drink more than that. And so, so it's pretty tough to know how to go to the bathroom when your stool and your colon, your transverse colon, everything's building up in the middle, and then it gets pushed up into your spleen, into your, into your back, then into your spine, and then it's quite, it sucks. And so the other thing, so I recommend taking 2 good walks a day and drinking water periodically through the day. That's what I do, and that's what I have to do. I don't drink too much at once. I really can't. There are too many foods to avoid. I mean, you can't have anything with the splenic flexure. It's like 10 times worse than the other ones. Just look up splenic flexure foods allowed and disallowed, and it's horrible. Yeah. So I recommend 2. Maybe I should have just said at the beginning, take 2 walks. Yeah. Take 2 good walks, maybe like 1.5, maybe 2 clicks each time. And if you can't, just go for 1 long walk.